that understanding alone will tell you. Now, are you going to be able to change your parents? No. Can you then use this understanding? How are you going to express yourself? We need that expression. The uncertainty of outcomes makes us very, very uncomfortable as human beings.
Moving on, since Avsar.life started as a suicide prevention platform, but moving forward, we are now more of a providing people life than avoiding deaths. Like we have approached this way as of today. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's your take on increasing suicide rates in our country due to COVID-19 cases?
Yeah.
I'll say this, and this was like a real revelation for me. It was like a real eye-opener for me. A person who's thinking suicide is not really asking to end his life. He's asking to end his pain. For me, was such a powerful learning. कि हमें पहचानना है कि somebody who's struggling, he's saying that I cannot take this pain anymore, and it's become so terrible that I'm going to try and end my own life, you know. So पहली बात उसको destigmatize करना. Okay, so yes, so during this time, like you said, during COVID, हमारा pain क्यों बढ़ रहा है? For so many reasons, right? Job loss, freedom loss, for teenagers, loss of friendship. Our peer group is so, we may laugh that, array, it's only friends, you're middle class, what do you have to complain about? You have 2 square meals. But we can never understand for somebody else, right? How important that social, we are such social creatures that the loss of that social contact can, I told you, right? I talked about those neural bridges that get created between two people, that between friends, like you and I, we've all gotten to know each other in the last few months. When I see you, I already feel happy because I know that you guys are my friends, and I know I need something, you know, that feeling of connectedness is so important for us. उसके बिना कुछ लोगों को ऐसा महसूस हो जाएगा कि we are absolutely alone in the world. There is no Sahara. We cannot. So these are the kind of feeling, and they cause real pain within us, terrible loneliness, loss of freedom, also the feeling of uncertainty of outcomes. Again, I'll use the word anxiety. It's a labeling, I know, but uncertainty of outcomes makes us very, very uncomfortable as human beings. And we thought कि अच्छा lockdown 10 दिन के लिए होगा, 15 दिन के लिए होगा, फिर 1 महीना हो गया, फिर 2 months. And please understand that for somebody, we'll never get to understand the kind of obligations that we may have created, but some of whom really have. Imagine if you have a loan to pay and children to put through to school and, you know, aging parents to take care of. For some people, that pain of having to be the one to provide all of that and to feel like if we cannot provide, we are a failure, is enough to say that I cannot take this anymore. So the first important thing I will say is to remove any kind of stigma relating to this. So yes, and we as Indians, we have a particularly high rate also of suicides. I will say this, partly as a community, we tend to sort of get these highs and lows of emotions a lot more. Our coping mechanisms so much depend on our social connectivity and our positions and all of that. Also, that, I mean, I don't know how substantiated this is, but one of the psychiatrists I know did mention that we actually have a gene in us as Indians that makes us a little bit maybe more prone to thoughts of suicide. But I will say that anything that is in our genes, like we may have gene for diabetes, but you can easily circumvent it with a healthy lifestyle, right? So first step, I think, is to understand that it's ending the pain, not ending the life. Second step, no stigma. And that's why we actually decriminalized attempt to suicide. Attempt to suicide is not like attempt to rob or attempt to murder. It's not. By suicide, it's I am considering suicide, I'm thinking suicide, you know. It's not like we can't equate it with any kind of other criminal action. These sort of conversations need to come out because, again, like I say, if you have ever had a fever in your life, you've also had a day when you felt like I simply cannot get out of bed. My thoughts, my sadness, my pain, the burden that I'm feeling, how I feel helpless, that feeling of helplessness. I'm sure between three of us only, there have been days when we've just felt like this is too much to take. I cannot bear this, and that's really what is at the basis of this. It's like anxiety and stuff like that. The kind of treatments that which a therapist would be taking care of. If somebody comes to me, very often, although I work in positive psychology, I'm the first mental health professional that a person has come to. So the first question I will say, not for somebody who has thoughts of suicide, but a person who's, say, dealing with stress, overwhelm, I cannot sleep, I will ask some basic questions. Are you eating on time? Are you exercising? Are you meeting your friends and family? Are you talking to them regularly? Are you getting enough sleep? You get these basics covered. Then the next step is, if despite doing all of these things, you're still feeling that, then could there be some chemical imbalance? And how is that any kind of stigma? How is that possibly any kind of stigma? And when you reach out to friends, also a lot of things that you felt were that, oh my God, if I don't repay this loan, I am a loser. People will never look at me. I have so many people. I have like a client who's struggling in her job. She's got a very senior job and she is miserable, which she's so scared to quit because she's like, everybody will see me as a failure. Then the one question I asked her is, who is this everybody? I said, are they going to come by your bedside when you're in the psychiatric hospital, with a complete breakdown? Who is this everybody? Who is this everybody? And yes, I mean, log kya kahenge, mere maa baap kya kahenge, this, that. Please ask yourself, for the people who truly care, is it more important for you that you are alive, or you are holding that fabulous position that you think everybody cares about? So when you ask these, and if you just say it out to a friend, the friend will say, "Arey chal na yaar, what is this? How does it matter? Okay, chal, you've lost your job. Fine. Yes, you've lost your house. Okay, lost your house. Okay, you have to move to a smaller house. Yes, you got to move to your, at least somebody's there to tell you that, okay, you had to take your child out of this private school, put him in public school. But you're alive now. You're alive now. You're alive to build, work, create, rebuild another day. And again, what is the most important thing? That the loved one here beside you, that, again, just to remind you, what are the basics? And those basics have not changed. But sometimes our brain cannot see it in that moment. And that's when we need to reach out. So I would say, again, it comes down to have that daya, have that compassion. Do not dismiss that feeling. Why are you feeling so, you are just making a mountain out of a molehill. Sorry. You are not standing in my shoes. You do not know my socialization. Maybe in my family, this mountain was very real. If I didn't get into engineering, if I didn't get into 90%, you are nothing. You are a loser. My reality may be that. Don't dismiss that. But hear me out. And then when I've said all that, I will only get the realization, acha, not 90%, not, I failed 1 year. What is the worst that could happen? I failed the year. Okay, failed the year. Okay, I have to drop out of engineering. You actually visualize these scenarios. Okay, you've dropped out of it, failed. What is going to happen now? Visualize that scenario, and when you visualize it, you suddenly realize. So I'm not dismissing, I'm not passing judgment, but I'm saying that, okay, let's walk through thought, let's think this through. And you need to hold that space for that person to be able to think that thought through.
What is said was really true. Like we have been like interviewing a lot of students who have attempted suicide in the past and now are living a really good life. So we have been putting out stories on Avsar right now, right? So the thing you mentioned, that this the pain and not the urge to end the life, is very true. So what they told us is, like, it was horrific to listen, but that was the truth. They said the pain that is going inside my head feels like it's so terrible that cutting the wrist feels nothing to me. This was their word, exact words. So that was, we were like, okay, like this is something, if we are not under that depression, we cannot understand. That is very true. But at the least you could do is just be with them. Like just listening it itself is therapy in itself, right? So that is like when you said that, we could totally connect with that, like really, that is the truth.
Yeah. Sometimes we want to feel that pain, sometimes just to feel alive also, or to deflect from the other pain. Our brain is such that when you feel one other pain, sometimes it takes the mind away from the first pain. So Yes, I mean, but at the end of it, it's that cry for help. It's really just saying that somebody see my pain. You cannot see this pain. Maybe you can see this pain at least. And hopefully by giving people that space, if you see somebody who's looking down, कुछ डरने का नहीं पूछने के लिए, I, like I said, I'm not an expert. Becoming a first responder, not an expert, but at least just to say, अरे यार कुछ, you're seeing कुछ सुना सा लग रहा है, कुछ है क्या? Just somebody, that the person will feel somebody is seeing me, somebody is seeing my pain. That's it.
People are actually holding back in asking because they feel, अरे मतलब इसने कुछ किया फिर मेरे पे ना ये ना हो. The exact problem is people don't reach out to these people having a fear of it will end up on themselves. That is one of the biggest problem which we have seen so far.
Absolutely. When you hear this, in fact, as responders, हमारा training ऐसा है कि हम लोग पूछते भी हैं. If we are seeing signs, just see you've not gotten out of bed for a week, you've not eaten, job, you're not called mummy, she's saying you're not answering the phone. Are you having thoughts of suicide? I mean, we actually do confront. क्योंकि एक बार बोल दिया ना कि हाँ मैं ऐसा सोच रही थी, it's like pressure cooker valve is this released. And then what is the magical cure? कुछ नहीं है. You just inform his or her parents. They say that, अच्छा listen, Baba, I hear you. I feel, allow him to speak out his mind. Allow the person to speak out his mind. And then we're just going to say, okay, now we need to, who can you talk? Maybe not parents. Can I call your uncle? Can I call your hostel ka counselor? Just help them connect with somebody who's slightly better equipped than you to have that. बस हो गया. उतना नहीं कर सकते हम लोग अपने friends के लिए. Would you rather live with the guilt कि मैंने कुछ देखा था और मैंने कुछ किया नहीं? And it's 24 hours. I mean, really, your intervention is limited to 24 hours. After that, if you want, you can ask, "Arey, bhai, how are you doing?" You just that's it. But that 24 hours you can't give to a friend or a person in need. And it can be your own parent, by the way. It can be your own parent as well. It doesn't have to be only
anyone. So true. So,
anyway, we spend 33% of our life sleeping only.
or binge watching Netflix.
Yeah. So 24 hours is very short.
Yeah. So it has been a really amazing session, right? I can't wait to put this on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere, right? It has been an eye opener, and I really hope people watch this. People get some understanding. We don't want everyone to become an expert. At least some understanding. Even if you're able to save one life, which you said in the starting, even if we start with the one life, that's our mission fulfilled. Really, it's done. We decided to keep it from 4 to 4:30 for half an hour, and I think it has been almost 2 hours now. So thank you so very much again, right, for your such a valuable time. Thank you so very much. Also for the viewers, do like and subscribe. Also, we have mentioned the links to Dynamic Living, whose founder Sandhya ma'am is. Do visit the website. Do see her blogs. She also has a YouTube channel, which we have mentioned the link below. Do go like and subscribe. It has been a really, really inspirational page. Get on to see such amazing perspective from her. Do visit, and thank you so much for viewing. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again for giving us the time. Thank you so much. It has been really
amazing as well. Amazing, very proud and very honored to be working with you guys. Thank you so much for the work that you do.
Hello everyone. So this is a part of our video series, The New Normal. Make sure to hit the like button, do share it, and subscribe to our channel for more updates.
Please hit the bell icon to never miss an update from Avsar.life. Also, let us know in the comment section below how you felt about it. Till then, take care, stay safe.